Welcome here today, ladies and gentlemen, to the Camping World 225. We got truck racing here on a Monday night. Not just one truck race, but two. We're going to have a double header of Truck Series action tonight. Chicagoland, Pocono will be the two Truck Series double headers. Both races are really short. The Pocono race in full is only 60 laps. And part of all three series for the custom schedule, I did throw in some shortened races in there to kind of verify with the schedule. Typically on the mile and a half, so that would cut it in half. We only have two of those in the trucks, two in the Xfinity and four in the Cup Series in total. So without further ado, we're going to hop right on into this first race, get it underway. Both races will be back-to-back, so maybe 10-15 minutes in between streams, and that would be about it. Put the chat on here. Starlin Dixon, Braden Thompson, Slasher God, Angel, Ashton G, Joshua White, welcome to the stream. Thanks for everybody tuning in already in the very beginning. This one, 10 people watching. It's going to be a quick show, and that's why we have two of them here tonight. So going for 3 wins in a row to start the season with Chase Elliott. By the way, we got the controller. I was going to use the steering wheel. More on that in a little bit. Ty Gillen, Sheldon Creed, both starting at the rear of the field. Riley Herbst does not look quite as fast. Owen Hayes, James Bird. Mr. Pizza, welcome to the stream. So here we go. Green flag in the air. We are underway at Chicagoland in the Truck Series. 75 laps of racing. Not a long race at all. No practice, no qualifying. Here we go. Chase Elliott going trying to go 3 for 3 to start the season in this truck series. Ooh, very tight in the center of turns 3 and 4. About got into the wall. At the rear of the field, Todd Gillen trying to work his way on through there. 3 wide at the very back of the pack, 1 lap in. This is very tight back here. Trying to get out of this mess. Fogelman in the middle lane. Jason White about pulls up in front of the 24 truck of Elliott. Elliott slips by on the top and into turn 3. Yeah, we're going to try not to wreck here, but this is very, very interesting in the very beginning of this one. The sense of urgency is on with this short race. Pit strategy will definitely be into effect in this one. When will we pit? How will we play the pit strategy knowing there's going to be only one pit stop at least that we have to take? It also depends on if we have cautions throughout the course of this race also. Having a good run on the top side of the track so far, so good. Thanks for everybody tuning in here. Again, early on. A lot of people were waiting here for this one. Here comes Sheldon Creed coming in hot, clearing Elliott off of turn 4. Creed had a huge run on the bottom of the racetrack there. Well, bump draft to the back of Joe Nemechek. Nemechek going to take it 3 wide to the top side off of turn 2. No. He backed off there just at the last second. Elliott down to the bottom 3 wide. 4 wide, now in the center of the corner, and tight. How did we make it through there as the 45 truck of Majeski about pulled up in front of the 2? Angela Ruck had to get out of the gas. Sheldon Creed was able to slip on by. 4 wide on a mile and a half in the truck series. You don't see that all the time. Still trying to get sorted off of the initial start of this one. Good pass there all the way down to the apron now through the tri-oval. Big run on Sheldon Creed. He tries to throw the block. He's also trying to get around Tyler Hill right in front of him. Yeah, this is 50%. I just put full race live stream because that's just the way the season is. But I wanted to add shortened races in there. I know for the Cup Series, like shortened races would be like at Texas, it's a 500-mile race. It doesn't need to be 500 miles. Stuff like that. Third Daytona, third Talladega, stuff like that. Really tight that time in turns 1 and 2, trying to hang it in on the outside of Jennifer Jo Cobb. That 2 truck of Sheldon Creed looks really fast in the very beginning of this one. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream. Sheldon Creed's finally starting to lose ground on us little by little. We have to go to the bottom as Austin Wayne Self goes to the top. Big run now on Tanner Gray off the exit of turn 4. Elliott to the outside for 15. Again, the sense of urgency is on. We're already 10 laps into this race. The Pocono race will not be shortened at all. It's a 60-lap race in full as it is. Shortest race as far as laps are considered on the season for the Truck Series. Andrew, welcome to the stream. William Byron, welcome to the stream. Fake William Byron. I always get a laugh out of that whenever I see those in the comments section. Hilarious. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. So yeah, to go back to that steering wheel situation, so I was going to use the steering wheel for the Chicagoland race tonight and then use the controller for the Pocono race. I got up into my room, ready to go, getting stuff around, getting the steering wheel ready, had the steering wheel set, and then I realized that I didn't have my sandals. I left them at work. So that's what I used to race, and my shoes are just like a little too big, I guess, for how I have my setup with the wheel for the pedal, so I can't use my actual tennis shoes, and I can't go barefoot. It just feels weird. So yeah, I have to unfortunately wait until I get my sandals. So maybe tomorrow night we'll see. I really want to do the Cup Series at Bristol the night before the All-Star race. I think that'd be awesome. I definitely can't do it the day of because I will be at the race and I'll be traveling on a long trip to get there. So I probably won't have time to stream on Wednesday. So I'd love to do the Bristol Food City 500 for the Cup Series season tomorrow. It depends what time I get home, because if I can't start it till about almost 9 o'clock like I did tonight, I'm not going to be able to, because I got to make sure I get my stuff packed. And in that case, we will have another truck race, because, again, still waiting on the patch for the Xfinity Series custom schedules for NASCAR Heat 5. So that's why we've taken a break from the Xfinity Series. Not my call on that one. It's just the game keeps crashing there. And again, yeah, just forgot my sandals in my locker at work. Oh, Brett Moffitt. Underneath end finger, Moffitt pulls up right in front of us. Elliott down to the apron, great crossover move, and up to 13th. 15 laps complete, just 60 laps to go. Pit window going to be 46 to 50 laps here today. So again, there will be one pit stop. Caution still on strict yellow as usual. But how will this play out? Big move down to the bottom again, this time on Gustine for 12th. Pass clear easily for Chase Elliott. Truck just feels a little too tight. It's fast, it's just really tight. So we try to saw through this field, already 9 seconds off the race lead. I want to get the truck to turn to the bottom of the track, but I just can't do it. I have to get out of the gas so much. I can stay in the throttle a little more. It seems like when I'm running the top, it feels like there's more grip with the race car. It doesn't want to push as much, so that's why I've been running the top. Tyler Burback, welcome to the stream also. Was going to go to the inside to make the pass on Austin Hill. He fakes to the inside at the last second, leaving Elliott for the top, who has just moved into the top 10. Oh, almost made contact off of turn 4. Evasive maneuvers by both the 16 and the 24. We were going to try to cross him over. Hill came up to block us at the same time. We both averted simultaneously. And we got a fake Ryan Blaney. Awesome. That's cool. Ryan Blaney, welcome to the stream. Winning your end thing is dumb. Yeah, there could be a better regular season points format for sure to decide who the 16 guys are in the playoffs, like just the top 16 in points, but it is what it is. Cole Custer earned his way in. You can't take that away from him. Just ran our fastest lap of the race that last time by. Riley Herbst just caught our first lap truck of the race here. Still about 6.5 seconds off the lead, but Elliott is coming through the field. Do lap cars yield? It depends on what track you're at. I've noticed it seems like they're a lot easier to pass on the bigger tracks. We haven't raced that many races, but I know like Pocono and the Cup Series, it was fine. Even Dover, I mean, Dover is just congested in general. You know, you could tell that like they held their line at least. And they weren't really like moving around a lot. But Dover's just a congested track as it is. So, I mean, the short tracks are going to have a problem. Like Martinsville was tough to get around lap traffic too. Especially for the AI. It's just the short tracks are going to be like that because they're more congested, but it does seem like they are a little bit smarter than what they were in prior NASCAR Heat games. Zane Smith passed off at turn 2. Chase Elliott up to 6th place. Still trying to work the bottom. The truck's still just a little too tight. And we are burning that right front tire up quite a bit, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Chastain's held up in very heavy lap traffic. Evasive maneuver back to the inside again to get around these guys. Very thick traffic. And a great call to get through there. I am very shocked at how much we are burning that right front up. But we can't back off knowing that we have to try and run down the race leaders on this opening run. And it's almost making it to the point, can we make it on one pit stop? We know on fuel we can. Wasn't even thinking tires were going to be an issue. Usually don't see a lot of fall off here at Chicagoland. But you are here today. No practice to get the setup in, as well as qualifying definitely doesn't help. Big run to the outside of Marcus Hook. I'm really glad we kind of looked at that. Kyle Busch looking for his first win in the Truck Series this season. 3 wide to the bottom, down to the apron. Busch just got around the lap truck, but not in time, as Chase Elliott's going to take the position. Johnny Sauter just a half a second ahead. Down to the apron to get around Sauter now, using Majeski as a pick. With going down to the apron, Stuart Friesen, currently the race leader. We need to try to make it halfway through the race before we pit, otherwise this is going to be a very tough call. Friesen all the way to the bottom, so is Elliott, trying to follow in the 52 trucks tracks off of turn 4. Elliott to the top, Friesen on the bottom, Chase Elliott to the lead for the first time today at Chicagoland with 48 laps to go. But how long will Elliott be able to hold on before the pit stops? When will the rest of the field pit, and when will we pit this 24 truck? Look at how close to the wall we got that time, and that's the key with running the top 2. You're not wearing your tires out as much as you are to run the bottom, but I think being really tight is definitely hurting the right front. We are definitely going to loosen this truck up just a little bit when we hit pit road, maybe to help the rotation of the car and put less stress on the right front, because we might need to make it more than one stop depending on when the caution comes out. If we get a caution, we could go caution free. We're really going to have to save a lot more in run number 2 compared to this opening run. But is the rest of the field burning up their tires just as much as we are here? William Nix, welcome to the stream. Just keep an eye on the right front. We're going to try to run this opening run as far as we can. 45 to go now. We're 30 laps in the books. So we are nowhere near the halfway mark in this race yet compared to where we started. We still got about another... I guess we're close. Got about another 8 laps until the halfway mark, but I don't think we're going to be able to make it quite that far. So we're a little behind schedule. The left side tires are not wearing out that much. And the problem with pitting so early is you have to assume that the rest of the field is going to try to stretch it as far as they can before they take that pit stop. Unless they try to split it in half, we might see some guys doing that as well. I really don't know. This is a very interesting strategy call. But we might take right sides only to try and stay on the lead lap in case we get that caution. Because if we get the caution, while we're a lap down, we're going to get stuck the rest of the race. And we're going to have no shot of winning this thing. So there's a good chance we're going to take right sides only here on this next stop and hope for a caution. Or we take the 4 tires, but I just don't think we can make it on right sides anyway. So I think it's a good call to try and stay on the lead lap. We don't have that big of a lead, just about 5 seconds. So yeah, we definitely fall a lap down. And we're going to have to pit this time by. So we're going to have to make our mind up here pretty quickly. Jeremy Hawk, welcome to the stream. So Chase Elliott going to hit pit road this time on lap 34. There will be 41 laps to go when we come off of pit road. Got to believe the pit road speed limit is 45 miles an hour. Got to make sure we don't speed. Great job getting down in time. Right side tires only. A bold pit. No, we're going to go 4 tires. I changed my mind there. 4 tires at the last second. We're going to repair that 1 second of damage also. We've got enough fuel to make it to the end, but will the tires hold up? Doing pretty good so far, Jeremy, and thanks for enjoying the vids. Okay, 16.5-second stop that time on pit road as well. Chase Elliott coming out of the pits, and we are 1 lap down, but we have the freshest tires in the field. We are by far going to be the fastest truck running lap times now. And as much as we have to save that right front, we are going to have to hustle to get back on the lead lap in case of a yellow. No adjustment made in there under that pit stop. Likely because of the late call, we decided to take 4 tires instead of 2. So again, a big, bold strategy call there. We just passed the 4th place truck of Hook. Back to the top. So we have gotten up to speed here at Chicagoland. Gander Gray, 3 wide to the bottom. Ooh, drove it in a little too deep. Cheers to Champ, welcome to the stream. Am I in the free pass? I don't believe we're in the free pass. Austin Wayne Self is only 2 seconds ahead. Tyler Hill 2.5 seconds ahead. You can't tell exactly where the leader's at because my camera's on the lower left-hand corner of the screen where the track map would be. But I can guarantee we're not in the free pass position. It looks like Friesen's way up ahead there, and I believe he's still the race leader, or is the new leader since Elliott had hit pit road. We have passed Austin Wayne Self. Here's Kyle Busch in the picture, battling for second with Sauter. Sauter pulls to the inside to try and get around Tyler Hill. Pass for position. I believe Angelo Ruck is in the free pass spot right now. Great battle for second between Sauter and Kyle Busch as Kyle Busch has caught the back bumper of Johnny Sauter. And now Chase Elliott is into the free pass position, passing Angelo Ruck now for 17th. Grant Enfinger's 5.5 seconds ahead, way ahead of the race leader, Stuart Friesen, who has moved his lane to the top side. We are halfway home, cross flags in the air. That last time by. Still no caution. And what will this say for the rest of the race? Friesen running way slower than we are, trying to block us to the inside, couldn't do it in time. Elliott will move on up. And by short pitting, assuming everything cycles through, this is going to be interesting. We've got 36 to go now, but assuming everything cycles through, we are going to have a massive lead with pitting this much earlier than the rest of the field. Problem is we might have to pit again, and we're not going to know until the closing laps. Slasher God, ask away. 35 to go now. 18 people watching. Again, thanks for everybody tuning in here. Latter portions of the race, just about 35 laps to go. A little less than that for the race leader, Stuart Friesen. So just moved past Enfinger a little bit ago for 16th as well. There's Brett Moffitt, 20 people now watching on a Monday night too, might I add. That is awesome. Again, for those of you tuning in, this is our first race of a doubleheader. We are running the Pocono about 10-15 minutes or so after this stream. That is only a 60-lap full race live stream, so we do have time to fit that in here tonight. No problem. I think Tyler Reddick is going to make the playoffs. He's one of the best rookies. That's a tough call, man. With Cole Custer winning this week, that definitely hurt his chances. I think Reddick could honestly get a win the way he's been running this year. It's not impossible. Tracks that are left on the regular season that he's probably got his best chance to win. Kansas is up there. Remember, he finished in the top 10 in his second career race in the Cup Series. He ran 2 Cup Series races last year. And he ran that 31 car in the Daytona 500 and at Kansas. And he finished 10th at Kansas in the spring race. So that could be a good shot for him to win. Or at least run really well. Get a lot of points. It's possible. I think he can beat Austin Dillon. Jimmy Johnson's going to be tough to beat. I really think Johnson will get in on points. Then you look at William Byron, because he's already ahead of Eric Jones. So he controls his own destiny with him. That's a really tough call. Then you look at Christopher Bell, too. I mean, Bell's capable of winning race. He's been kind of pouring it on here these last couple weeks since they hit Pocono. He had a couple of good runs here and there, but not as consistent as what he has been since going to Pocono, outside of the second Pocono race when he got in an accident. Been running really well. He's only got one finish outside the top 10. That was at Indy, and he finished 12th, even though he's run the top 10 the whole race. Scored a lot of stage points there, too. Bell will likely need a win. Reddick can point his way in. Yeah, I don't know. It's a really tough question. I have no clear-cut answer, but it's definitely not impossible. Reddick's won at Kansas, too, in the Xfinity Series, and caution is out. Caution is out as we had taken 11th place. And this changes everything. The leaders had not hit pit road. First caution of the race with 29 laps left. The racing at Texas this weekend. Bristol for the All-Star race Wednesday night, but the next points race is at Texas, and then they run Thursday night at Kansas the following Thursday, so a midweek race. I think we're going to have to pit. We're going to be outmatched here. 4 fresh tires. We're going to loosen it up. A half around a wedge. Hopefully that's enough and not too much. And here we go. Chase Elliott did not gain or lose any spots on pit road. Came out 11th. So that caution might have hurt us. It might have helped us. We should be able to make it to the end on these tires. But can we win the race? Green flag back in the air for Stuart Friesen as he leads the field to the green. Just 25 laps to go at Chicagoland. After the first caution of the race, a great restart here for Chase Elliott on the bottom. Oh, drives it in a little deep. Still got the great run. Down the backstretch. 3 wide now for about 3rd place. Kyle Busch going for the lead. Here comes Elliott 3 wide. What a restart from Elliott. Tight in the center of the corner. Still 3 wide. I believe the 52 and the 51 made contact. Chase Elliott to the lead at Chicagoland. What a restart. Knowing we don't have the short run truck, can we hold on? And here comes Kyle Busch on the bottom. And Friesen back up the middle again. 3 wide. Jesse Little, the rookie, is in the picture. A win and you're into the playoffs. Oh, big bump from behind as we got really loose. That was from Ross Chastain. As we still go 3 wide. We might have been 4 wide in the center of the corner again there. Wouldn't have been the first time already today. Oh, contact. Again, that time with Johnny Sauter. Sauter gets loose. It sends Elliott into the wall after how loose Sauter got. Both drivers make the save. And the field just stacks up behind. Elliott's losing a ton of ground after that amazing restart. And then getting pushed into the wall off the exit of turn 4 from Todd Gilliland. 22 laps to go and a lot of track position lost now. Elliott is getting roughed up on this restart and has dropped back to 15th. What a crazy turn of events that was. Kyle Busch to the top side. He's trying to run down Friesen for the win. And does Elliott have enough time to get back up there? The car, or the truck rather, will come in, but will it be too late by the time this truck comes in as we continue to run the top? We don't have to save the tires. We can make it on tires. Oh, into the wall again. That's not going to help though. We might have loosened this truck up just a little too much. It doesn't help. We've got rear bumper damage, making the truck even looser than probably it would have been even with the adjustment on pit road. Just 20 laps to go. Angelo Ruck about got into Sheldon Creed up in front of us. Elliott's hopes of going 3 for 3 to start the Truck Series season are getting slimmer and slimmer. A chance for a new winner and a second driver to clinch a playoff spot early in the season. I chose Elliott because it was a vote. It was not my choosing. That opening night, we went through the drivers we were going to pick, and I took a vote. The only series I didn't take a vote was the Cup Series. I was planning on doing a Jimmy Johnson season with it being his final year in the Cup Series, final year in the game, and a chance for an 8th title. So that's why I chose Jimmy Johnson. But yeah, it was a vote for the Xfinity and the Truck Series, and we had Kyle Busch as our vote for the Xfinity and Chase Elliott for a vote for the Truck. So for Season 2, when we have the vote again, if you don't like it this way, you guys have a chance to vote again. That will come at the end of the season. You can't vote now, but when we go to start Season 2 up, and again, bouncing it off the wall. Just trying extremely hard. Almost too hard to try and dig back into the lead. The leaders will catch lap traffic at some point in time. Yep, did win at Daytona, and then the second race of the year for the Truck Series was at Martinsville. We dominated the Martinsville race, so this is race number 3. Coming in with a narrow points lead after the first 2 races. And if we finish outside of the top 10 here, that is going to be a big hit in the point standings. We got no stages in any of the races on this custom season. 15 laps to go at Chicagoland. 15 cars and 15 laps. Not impossible, but we might need a caution to bunch the field back up again, because this is going to get tough. Staying with the top side, it looks like the tires are starting to come in slightly. We're gaining ground on at least Brett Moffitt up ahead of us for 15th. Top will work out a lot better if we have trucks running the bottom of the track. Gives us a lot of straightaway speed. Moffitt moved up, but not as high as we ran, and we're able to clear him through the tri-oval. Gonna alternate through the cameras here for the first and only time today. 13 laps to go. I should say today for this race. Big run there to the outside of Austin Hill now. 21 people watching here in the closing laps at Chicagoland. The truck is coming alive. A little side draft from Austin Hill. We couldn't get away from him there. And now finally clear. Just couldn't hang with us for too long. Chase Elliott trying to three-peat to start the season in the Gander Outdoor Truck Series. Oh, big crossover to get around these guys. Down to the apron now. Just 11 laps to go. Gonna barely clear Sheldon Creed. I was committed to clearing him no matter what there. Luckily we had him clear. We're still 8 seconds off the lead. We might need a caution. We had a heck of a restart last time. We just could not hold on to the lead. We actually led the first lap off the restart despite restarting back in 11th. Speaking of 11th, that's where we have gotten back to right now. 10 to go. 10th place car now. Zane Smith right in front of us. This truck is coming alive. Zane Smith couldn't hold clear of us off of turn 2. Just enough of a lane for Elliott to get on by. It's going to get harder and harder to pass these guys. They are going to block for their positions as much as they can. Tristan Eckes in the 18 truck. Right in front of us, Jesse Little has dropped back to 8th. Remember, he was challenging for the lead on that restart as well. Eckes left just enough room on the top side of the track for us to get on by. Barely kept it off the wall there. Closer to the wall you can get without hitting into better. 3 wide off the exit of turn 4. No, never mind. Christian Eckes didn't have the run we thought in the center of the corner. It looked like he was going to try to go 3 wide, thought better of it and backed off. But it is not the time to be backing off this late in the race. Chastain, Gilliland, side by side. Gilliland clears for 6th off of turn 2. Almost in the wall. We had to get on the brakes in 1 and 2. That's how close to the wall we got. I'm surprised we didn't hit it. I don't think we could have been any closer to hitting it. Barely going to clear Chastain into turn 1. Throwing the block. Going to get a run on Gilliland. Down the backstretch. Gilliland was on the bottom. Elliott up to 6th. But still about 7.5 seconds off the lead. Just 6 laps to go at the start-finish line. Elliott doing everything he can desperately, trying to get to the lead. But it looks like it's going to be too little too late unless we get a caution before the white flag. It's just mathematically impossible at this point unless we get a yellow or lap traffic heavily picks up on the race leaders. Now for 5th place on roads. Off of turn number 4. Barely going to clear him at the line. Less than a second behind Marcus Hook for 4th place. Then we got a big gap to catch Johnny Sauter in 3rd. Might be challenging for the lead up there. Will put us within the first 2 rows if we can get by a Hook in case we did get the caution. Only 1 caution so far today, and it came with 29 laps to go. We just lost a little bit too much ground on the restart, too much to overcome Up to 4th place now, using the lap truck as a pick as we went down to the apron again. Just 4 laps to go. And now 6 seconds off the lead. We are definitely picking up on the leaders. But a 9.5 second gap from first all the way back to when we were in 16th is just a little too much to overcome this late in the race. But you can't say we haven't tried. Just 3 laps to go. Drove it in as deep as I could have there. Desperately trying everything I can right now. 2 laps to go at the line. When the leader takes the white flag, the next flag will end the race. We might be able to get up to 3rd on Johnny Sauter. It'll be close. There is heavy lap traffic right now, and I believe Kyle Busch is the race leader. We're still 4.5 seconds ahead. Kyle Busch is checked out on 2nd and 3rd place. You can see him off of turn 4 up there. And Kyle Busch is going to get to the line. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Kyle Busch at Chicagoland. Looking for his first win of the season to lock himself into the playoffs for the Gander Outdoor Truck Series. Elliott, oh, on the top, a little contact with Ty Majeski. Caution is out on the final lap of the race. Caution is out for the 2nd time today. And Kyle Busch is going to get the win at Chicagoland. Not sure who had 2nd place. That was a tough battle. We might have had a shot through 3 and 4. We couldn't get the run off of 2 because the caution came out in the middle of 1 and 2. But well, there goes the undefeated streak for Chase Elliott to start the season. Small one, but fake Jacob Westbrook, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the next stream is going to be in about 10 minutes after we finish this one up. 4th place finishes. Here comes Chase Elliott across the stripe. So Kyle Busch gets the win. Couldn't check to see what the total time was in the race there because gosh, it came out on the last lap, but we'll take a rundown of the top 10. Kyle Busch gets the win. I almost said Tony Stewart. Stuart Friesen 2nd, Johnny Sauter 3rd, Chase Elliott 4th, Marcus Hook in 5th, Ben Rhodes in 6th, Todd Gilliland 7th, Ross Chastain 8th, Christian Eckes 9th, and Jesse Little still finished in the top 10 here in this one. Your DNFs in today's race. It didn't look like there was any DNFs. There was a caution on the last lap. Not sure exactly who that was on. But that is going to wrap things up here in this one. Kyle Busch moves up to 3rd in the regular season standings. Chase Elliott's lead. Johnny Sauter did outscore us by a tiny bit there, with finishing just 1 position ahead of us. So he literally just gained 1 point, but still only an 11-point lead into race 4 at Pocono coming up in a little bit. Kyle Busch in the top 10 in the points. Remember, 10 drivers clinch playoff spots in the Truck Series. That last restart, though, that was something else. Kyle Busch had the fastest lap, 31.413. Stuart Friesen led the most laps. We only led probably, what, 5 to 10 laps at the most today? Friesen led 40 laps out of the 75. Started at the rear. Got up to 4th, but that was about it. And Tanner Gray, you see, had a tough break. Started 9th, finished 23rd. That's going to wrap it up here for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the race commentary or the video in general. Again, realistic commentary if you guys are new to the channel. So subscribe for more of that. And the second race of our doubleheader with the Truck Series is coming up next at Pocono. Full race, 60 laps. And hope to see you guys then. Give me about 5 to 10 minutes and we'll get that underway. No practice or qualifying for that event, so long, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.